Hey folks, this is Crimson. Thanks for watching. I want to do a video today telling you one of the tips or tricks I used in order to find missions and create some customized experiences quickly without having to go in and create missions from scratch. So I'm here in the Caucasus. I was flying an instant action for the F-18 Hornet, and I liked the mission. It was really, really cool. In fact, I'll go to the F-10 map and kind of walk you through how things look. So you start out right here off the coast in your Hornet, and you basically have 3 waypoints, 3 sets of targets here. And the first set of targets are some trucks, and then you have waypoint 2 that has some tanks, and waypoint 3 has some tanks. And it's great for air-to-ground practice. And I thought, man, this is awesome. These are pretty soft targets, and if you want to just take some time to learn different loadouts and different types of weapon systems, different sensors, and even practice your targeting pod skills, et cetera, then this would be a great mission. And it's repeatable, and I could do it over and over. And you sweep across here, turn back out to sea, set up again for another run. You could even do gun strafing, unguided rockets, whatever you want. So this is awesome. I'll go back in. So the loadout for this mission, though, is what's kind of the issue. This is great because you've got some rocket pods on these outside pylons. You've got these look like unguided bombs, probably Mark 82s. You got a bigger unguided bomb on the center, Mark 83 probably, and then some cluster bombs here. So that's great. This is all unguided bombs, unguided rockets practice. But let's say I'm really interested in working on laser guided bombing or a JDAM, GPS INS guided bombs, and or some other type of weapons I wanted to practice on for air to ground. What could I do? This mission is really limited in an instant action to just these unguided air to ground scenarios. So let me show you how you can go find this mission, copy it, and then edit it to suit your own needs. And that's what I want to show you today. So let me get out of here, exit the mission, close that out. The first thing I need to do is I want to go see what was the name of this mission again. I need to know the name. So I was here under F-18 in the Caucasus, and the mission was called Weapons Practice. It's an instant action mission for the Hornet. So that's pretty great. So what I'll do is, now that I know the name of the mission and that I know it's an instant action, you have to know whether it's a single mission or instant action. Once I know that, I can go into my program files folder where the DCS world is installed under Eagle Dynamics, DCS World Open Beta. I can go to Mods, Aircraft, F-18C, Missions, and then you have some options here. The instant action missions are actually under a folder called Quick Start. So I'll just go into Quick Start and I'll find that mission. This looks to be a good candidate. It's called Weapon Practice. It's F-18C, but it's not guaranteed that the mission file will be the same name as the actual friendly name within the game. So one thing you should do is go to quickstart.lua, open that up. And I use Notepad++, but you can really use any text editor. Go ahead and find that Weapon Practice, and this is the name of the file, so that is correct. So I'll just close that, come back here. I'll copy that file, and then I'll come over to where I keep all my missions. That's under Save Games, DCS, Open Beta, Missions, Campaigns, EN. And that seems to be a place that opens by default from within the game, so it's easy for me to access. And I'll go ahead and paste that. Now I've got Weapon Practice here. And so if I go back into the game, and I'll go ahead and go ahead and turn down the music so it doesn't bother y'all. Awesome. So I'll go in and I'll go to missions, my missions, and find that folder and find the weapon practice mission. We'll go ahead and open that up in the mission editor. Actually, that's going to actually launch the mission. So let's go to mission editor, sorry, and we'll open the weapon practice file, and it's loaded. So here you're going to see the actual mission, and I've done this before, so I should have probably started from scratch, but you start out the mission really close to the coast. You can see you've got your waypoints here. I can verify the targets by looking, okay, these are unarmed transports at waypoint 1. On our here's some tanks at waypoint 2, and these guys are also tanks. If I'm unsure what type of target, I can always go to the ammo section and get a picture of it. Yep, looks like a tank. So that's awesome. And the nice thing about having waypoints is that you could slew your targeting pod to different waypoints if you and then target specific trucks or tanks. If you want to do any kind of JDAM or laser guided bombing, that's really helpful. So that's great. The first thing I noticed when I played the mission originally was that you're way too close to the targets to start the mission. At least for me. I mean, I want to take some time, especially if you're learning something new. You're going to have time to set up the weapons, get the targeting pod ready and warmed up. If you're learning something new, it's going to take a little bit of time. And I could go active pause and all that, but I'd rather have it be more realistic. I'd rather be flying the plane, using the autopilot, coming in on my target, setting up at the right altitude. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag myself a little further out to sea, and a little bit farther away from the targets. That way I have time to set up a little bit better. Also, that loadout, as we mentioned before, was all unguided weapons, right? A couple rocket pods, these cluster bombs, let's see, those were Mark 82s, and that center guy was a Mark 83, right? So these are all unguided bombs, and I don't want that. So I go ahead and just change the weapon loadout, and you can create for yourself different templates. I've got a few that I've created, like for example, I have a GBU 38 JDAM, a ground attack loadout, and so let's say I wanted to practice JDAMs, I just select that loadout instead. If you want to go, I've been practicing a little bit with the double ugly, do double ugly. If you want to just start from scratch and select a targeting pod with laser guided bombs, you can also do that. So you can customize the weapons for whatever you want to practice. And you've got the mission file that was originally shipped with DCS World that has that great initial setup with the 3 arrays of targets and 3 waypoints. And so that's great, but then you can come in here and you can just add different weapons and start your practice that way. And like I said, give myself a little bit more time on the run in to be able to set up and practice and learn the different sensors and the different stores pages and all of that. Then when you're done with that, you simply can just launch the mission, save the changes, and it'll take you out there. And as you can see, I've got those GBU 38s, I've got the lightning pod, I've got some air-to-air missiles as well, just to have the right weight, be able to practice a combat configuration. That's awesome. Then I can start the mission and fly it. We can do that. Hopefully it won't take too long. And just make sure that we're set up a little bit further out than we would like to be. Get my track IR going. Fly. You can see here, I'm pretty far out from the coast, giving me plenty of time to set up. And if I check my weapons, now I've got all those GBU 38s. I got a fuel tank in the center, my targeting pod, and things are looking good. So that's a tip for how to get a mission out of the the regular mission files from DCS World, copied into a folder, customize it, and make it a repeatable practice mission for yourself as you get better at DCS. All right, have fun, happy flying, and we'll talk to you later.